Thank you, Madam Chairman. First of all, in order to understand the difference between a democracy and a republic, we have to look at the definition of the words. And the definition of those words lies within the words themselves. Democracy comes from Greek, demos, people. Kratos is rule, so it's ruled by the people. So one man, one vote. That seems to be a very popular opinion these days. Republic comes from Latin, res publica, the public thing. That public thing is what the Romans and the Greeks had cherished, and that is ruled by laws. They're not savages. They don't vote on everything individually. They form a system of laws, and we have that in this country. Our founding fathers studied all the previous forms of government that had been in existence, especially those that reached great achievement, the Greeks and the Romans and some of the other ones, mostly in the Western civilization era, and looked at their shortcomings and looked at their successes. And we have come up with a constitutional republic. So in order to describe our government in the best form, in the least amount of words, it is a democratically elected, representative, constitutional republic. Okay? All of those words are important. We democratically elect our representatives, but they have to obey the Constitution. So we are not necessarily subject to the whims or the wills of our constituents. We have a higher order that we represent. So in the secular world, we first look at the U.S. Supreme, or at the Constitution as being the supreme rule of law for the United States. And the Constitution guarantees every state a republican form of government, not a democracy. You won't find that word in the Constitution at all, or in the Bill of Rights, or in the Declaration of Independence. There was no reference to democracy. I'd like to read one quote that really sums up the difference between a republic and a democracy with unanimous consent, if I may.
Absolutely.
It's just one paragraph. This was written by a Scottish professor and judge named Alexander Tytler, and he wrote the following: "A democracy cannot exist as a permanent form of government. It can only exist until the voters discover that they can vote themselves largesse from the public treasury. From that moment on, the majority always votes for the candidates promising the most benefits from the public treasury, with the result that a democracy always collapses over loose fiscal policy. And it's always followed by a dictatorship. The average age of the world's greatest civilizations has been 200 years. These nations have progressed through this sequence. From bondage to spiritual faith, from spiritual faith to great courage, from courage to liberty, from liberty to abundance, from abundance to selfishness, from selfishness to apathy, from apathy to dependence, from dependence back into bondage." So I'll let you determine where in that stage of development our country is right now. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you.